This is the L2C Media Network on YouTube, and this is Sports Final tonight. Not again. What are the Lions thinking? Plus, the Broncos, Von Miller, in trouble with the po-po. Uh-oh. And of course, all the latest sports news, scores, and everything else we can bag in for a close to 40-minute show. Now, I forgot to tell you the sponsor, the L2C Media Network. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, your erstwhile announcer, and now, here with all the details, the headlines that come with it, Steve the Baxman Baxel. Harry, good evening. How are you, everybody? Welcome to the performance part of this week. That's right, it's Friday. It's a slow, we got some sports anyway. And without further ado, it is 11:37. We're 2 minutes into the show already. Let's go to it, shall we? And as Harry said, some big news in the Broncos department. One of their best is under a little investigation in Colorado as we start our headlines before grabbing ourselves some good old scores. No highlights, remember. We can't do those just yet. But here we go. Police in Parker, Colorado are investigating Denver Broncos linebacker Von Miller. But to get them to bring us any details or anybody any details is a lot like, water torture. You know, the police in Parker, Colorado, have not provided an iota of details regarding the nature of the investigation or the potential charge. Police have confirmed to ESPN that, quote, if the investigation determines crime has occurred, charges will be submitted to the district attorney's office for their review. The Broncos have said they are aware of the investigation in a statement released by the organization. Now, Miller has not had any off-the-field issues since 2013 when he was suspended for 6 games after the NFL learned he attempted to cheat on a drug test. Okay. He also had an arrest warrant issued in the summer of that year after failing to appear in court for ongoing traffic violations. Miller's future in Denver is already in doubt as he enters the final season of a 6-year, $114.5 million contract signed in 2016, which he received over $70 million in guarantees. The Broncos will save $18 million in cap space if they decline the final year of Miller's deal, where he has a cap number set at $22.125 million. Miller did sit out the 2020 season due to an ankle injury. An 8-time Pro Bowl selection, 3-time first-team All-Pro, Miller has tallied 106 sacks in 135 games with the Broncos, with 216 quarterback hits and 26 forced fumbles. The 106 sacks over the last 10 seasons lead all NFL players, and Miller didn't even play a game this season, while his 135 tackles for loss are second and 216 quarterback hits are third. Miller has the 6th most sacks in NFL history through a player's first 135 career games, behind only Reggie White, DeMarcus Ware, Bruce Smith, Jared Allen, and Lawrence Taylor. As this story develops, we'll bring you information, because you know we will. And we will. Okay, and as you heard Harry moan, not again, yes again. Looks like the Lions can't get the assistant coaching mojo out of their system. Reports are out, unconfirmed, but still, we have a 3. So, who are the Lions looking at now? Well, a day after local candidate Robert Saleh was hired as the New York Jets head coach, there you go, revenge. The Detroit Lions have turned their attention to a new favorite for their own vacancy, according to the folks at NFL Network. New Orleans Saints assistant Dan Campbell has, quote, taken a commanding lead, end quote, in the running for the Lions head coaching job. Hi, how are you? Did I tell you? Did I tell you? Hi there. Did I tell you to speak? I did not. I know I should have had this in because we can't do that. In running for the Lions head coaching job, the two sides can't schedule an in-person interview until after the Saints season is over. But Campbell is reportedly the clear favorite for the opening, with the Lions even canceling a scheduled meeting with Tampa Bay Bucs defensive coordinator Todd Bowles because of Campbell's emergence. Saints play the Bucs on Sunday night in the divisional round of the playoffs, so it could be a while until any hiring decisions are made official. Regardless, Campbell's sudden ascent to the top of the Lions wish list is notable, especially considering the Saints assistant head coach and tight ends coach has reportedly been more of an under-the-radar candidate at this hiring cycle. The 44-year-old Campbell has local ties, spending the final 3 seasons of his NFL career with the Detroit Lions, a third-round draft pick out of Texas A&M in 1999. He played 11 seasons in the league, posting a career-high 308 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns in his Detroit debut, winning a Super Bowl with the Saints in 2009. He made his coaching debut a year after retiring, interning with the Miami Dolphins, and then taking over as the team's tight ends coach the following year. After 4 years in that post, he spent most of 2015 as the Dolphins' interim head coach, overseeing a 5-7 finish after a 1-3 start under Joe Philbin. Since then, Campbell has served as the Saints tight ends coach and assistant head coach under Sean Payton. During his time in New Orleans, the Saints have made 4 playoff appearances in 5 years, including 1 NFC championship bid. So there must be some magic in hiring another assistant coach. But still, the Lions have got to hurt after the Jets, who they weaseled themselves. They weaseled old Matt Patricia out of taking that job to be their coach. Well, this is going to be a fun NFL, isn't it? Okay, let's keep going on the headlines. We'll do the scores, shouts, and everything else. Get it all done, get it all nice and quick for you. And yes, friends, the Texans, oh boy, they just keep having problems. Deshaun Watson appears to have hit a boiling point as it relates to the Houston Texans, shortly after Texans owner Cal McNair publicly stated, among other things, that Jack Easterby would stay on as the team's vice president of football operations. Watson posted a Twitter message indicating his level of frustration with said franchise. Watson's tweet confirmed a recent report from Adam Schefter of ESPN stating that Watson's anger level has reached, quote, a 10, end quote. It was previously at a 2 after the all-pro receiver DeAndre Hopkins to the Cardinals last offseason. The tweet, I was on 2, then I took it to 10, end quote. Along with confirming that he would not be parting with Easterby, McNair told the Houston Chronicle's John McCain that he wants Watson to be part of the process as it relates to who will be the team's next head coach. Now, McNair also said that he has been texting with his Pro Bowl quarterback. The two did not communicate when Watson was recently on vacation. Watson and Andre Johnson were supposed to be included in the Texans' process of hiring a new GM and head coach. Watson, Johnson, team president Jamie Roots, and the search firm Korn Ferry were also supposed to aid McNair as he began filling those vacancies. While those alluded to above were supposed to have a voice in the hiring process, things quickly went south. According to Jason La Canfora, the NFL insider for CBS Sports, McNair hired Caserio, as interviews were still being conducted, according to La Canfora. Candidates were still waiting to be interviewed and never got a chance. McNair's actions clearly don't sit well with Johnson, a 7-time Pro Bowl receiver and the first player ever inducted into the Texans' Ring of Honor. On Tuesday, Johnson via Twitter delivered a message to Watson, who reportedly is considering waiving the no-trade clause that is currently in his contract and getting the hell out of Dodge. Hopkins, who has continued to play at a Pro Bowl level with the Cardinals, responded to Johnson's comments, quote, "When Dre speak, listen," end quote. Amidst growing speculation that Easterby would be gone, McNair ended those rumors on Friday. McNair said, quote, "The scrutiny on Jack is really unjustified. Jack was put into that role the organization needed by me. If missteps were made during that process, we'll own those within our building. Jack will return to the role he was brought here for and what he grew into after he got here." So the situation continues to get a little dicer. And there may be yet another call for a trade in the land of the Lone Star. Okay, we'll get some more headlines for you a little later. Right now, let's go for some scores. Let's get over to the NBA. We'll give it to you all the way around the block. Okay, let's kick to it. By the way, the scores, the NBA scores, in fact, all the scores we give you are presented by William Hill Sportsbook. William Hill, the first name in sports betting. Bet responsibly. And right now, we're about ready to end the third quarter between Los Angeles Clippers. Let's try that again. Okay, we're at the end of the third quarter between Los Angeles Clippers and Sacramento Kings. Clippers lead the Kings 106-77. Third quarter continuum. Lakers lead the Pelicans late 76-70. We got final scores. Boston Celtics beat the Orlando Magic 124-97. Cavaliers go back on the winning side of things. They beat the New York Knicks 106-103. Milwaukee Bucks over the Dallas Mavericks 112-109. In overtime, the Oklahoma City Thunder beat up on the Chicago Bulls 127-125. Utah Jazz over the Atlanta Hawks 116-92. Here are the postponed games. And wow. COVID really did a wipeout, kids. Washington Wizards, Detroit Pistons, they're postponed. Memphis Grizzlies, Minnesota Timberwolves, they're postponed. And the Golden State Warriors and Phoenix Suns also were postponed. We go now from the NBA to our favorite, well, one of our favorites. It's college basketball. That's right. That's right. We got some college b-ball scores for you, and we're going to delivered them with a zen. Thank you, Mom, very much for adding color to this fine show. Anyway, let's get going with relish, as we say. Let's go to the men, and before we do anything, some more postponements for you, and we'll get them right smacking dab for you. Let's get now to very, very sparse college basketball Friday, and preview college football Saturday. Also very sparse. Let's explain, shall we? Let's go to the scoreboard. And once again, the NCAA basketball scoreboard presented by William Hill, the first name in sports betting. Bet responsibly. And here we go with today's edition for Friday, January 15th. Let's get the scores. Okay, number 9, Wisconsin defeated Rutgers 60-54. Number 3 ranked Villanova and number 25 ranked UConn were postponed due to COVID. Also postponed, number 24 St. Louis and Davidson. And that is all we got for you tonight for the men. Let's give you a preview of what we're calling very sparse action over the weekend. Let's take you over to January 16th, tomorrow afternoon at noon Eastern. Number 21 Ohio State takes on number 14 ranked Illinois. 1 o'clock game, number 17 ranked Missouri at Texas A&M. The 2 o'clock tilt will have number 7 Michigan going up against number 23 Minnesota. 2 o'clock game, number 8 Creighton going up against Butler. 4 o'clock game, number 2 Baylor on their way to number 15 Texas Tech. 6 o'clock, you got Vanderbilt playing against number 10th ranked Tennessee. Also at 6 p.m., you've got 18th ranked Virginia, number 12 Clemson. 8 p.m., the sort of semi-conscious big game. Kansas State, number 4 ranked Texas. Also at 8 p.m., number 16 ranked Louisville and Miami will be playing each other. The late game, very simple. Number 1 ranked Gonzaga, undefeated, goes up against St. Mary's. Games of postponement. Iowa State, number 6 Kansas. TCU, number 13 West Virginia. Arizona, number 22 ranked Oregon. They're probably saying, great, what about Michigan State? How about Michigan State? Well, we're going to find out for you right here, right now. Michigan State, well, not exactly been a good season for them. COVID has once again reared its ugly head against our good friends over the land of the Spartan. Michigan State basketball, their second game versus Indiana has been postponed due to COVID-19 issues. They were supposed to play on Sunday against Indiana, but the decision made on Thursday. Of course, the Spartans' trip to number 8 Iowa was also called off, and the game was postponed on Thursday. So now, because of this, what about the other big game, Michigan versus Michigan State? Well, we don't know the fate of that, but we do know the women's version of Michigan State, Michigan has been postponed due to COVID-19. In fact, we're going to give you right now the big board of happiness and joy. Let's give you the women's score. NCAA college basketball, the ladies. That's right, it's ladies' night, and the feel is right. And we'll get you some more headlines and everything else therein from a, well, I don't want to say a full day of sports. It's sort of been an kind of sports day to be discovered. But we will do our best to prepare to bring you some scores for you. We're going to get you, of course, the NHL. And look who showed up. There. That's right. That's right, our little stinker here. My little baby, the mouse assassin Uno. Hi. There. Right there. You want it down? Okay. Let you get down the easy way. There you go. There you go. See if you can view from that angle. Aw. There you go. Hi. Hi, sweetie. How are you, sweetheart? Okay, you want to do some scores? Want to do some scores? Okay. Okay. Get some scores for you as the NCAA women play their game. And We'll see how many games they got postponed. By the way, of course, the NCAA Women's Basketball Scoreboard is powered by our friends over at ESPNW. So let's get to it, shall we? We get to it, we get through it. Number 1 ranked Stanford, 82-54 win over Utah. Final in overtime, USC 81. 25th ranked Washington, 77. One of the games postponed besides Michigan, Michigan State. Washington, number 8, UCLA were postponed tonight. And that, believe it or not, is college basketball scoreboard for tonight. Yes, that's true. It's true, Uno. Oh, yes, you love it up there, don't you? Yes, sir. Okay. How about some hockey? Got to give you some hockey scores, don't we? Yes, we do. Don't we? Yes, we do got to give them hockey scores. You want to turn around? Turn your butt around. Anyway, let's get to the NHL scoreboard. A light day. A very light day in the realm of the National Hockey League. Only 5 games scheduled, 1 postponements out of the 6. So we got 5 games. Let's get through. Every one of them has, I do believe, gone final. Philadelphia Flyers beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-2. Konecny for Philadelphia, 3 goals, 1 assist. Hart for Philadelphia, 31 saves. And Lindblom for Philadelphia, 1 goal. They're your 3 stars. Washington Capitals over the Boston Bahibal. Let's try again. Washington Capitals over the Buffalo Sabres, 2-1. Vrana for Washington, 1 goal. Eller for Washington, no report on his performance. And Ristolian for Buffalo, 1 goal. Tampa Bay Lightning embarrassed Linda Steel Chicago Blackhawks 5-2. Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay, 35 saves. Coleman for Tampa Bay, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Hedman for Tampa Bay are your 3 stars right there. Final, Canada. The Senators beat up on the Maple Leafs 5-3. Tkachuk for Ottawa, 1 goal, 2 assists. Chabois for Ottawa, 1 goal. And Tavares, 1 goal and 1 assist. There's your 3 stars right there. Finally, the Avalanche of Colorado blanked the St. Louis Blues 8-0. We have no word on who their 3 stars were, don't we? No, we do not. And the postponed game, Stars and the Panthers are your postponed games. Let's do what we do every NHL Saturday before we head up to our commercial obligation. We go for the board. And here we go. You got 1 o'clock, Bruins Devils. That game will be on the NHL Network, as will the 4 o'clock game, San Jose Sharks at the Arizona Coyotes. 7 o'clock, Hurricanes and Red Wings. They will be playing in action, along with the New York Islanders, New York Rangers. The Hockey Night in Canada game of the night will be the Canadiens and Oilers. That'll be live at 7 on NHL and Sportsnet, as well as CBC. Make sure that's... hey, there you are. Let's make sure of everything. Hi. You like that? Oh, good. Okay, sit right there. We'll be going to bed shortly after the show. Okay, let's really do this properly, shall we? All right. Don't need the scores. We need the schedule, guys. Then we'll go back to some more headlines, some more some shout outs if we get a chance. Do a little comical commercial. So here we go. Here comes Speed Racer. Okay, and it all begins 1 o'clock with the Boston Bruins, New Jersey Devils game. They'll be on NHL Network, Sportsnet, MSG Plus, and the New England Sports Network. 4 o'clock, San Jose Sharks, Arizona Coyotes. That game will be shown also on the NHL Network, Fox Sports Arizona, and NBC Sports California. Now, the Hockey Night in Canada games of the week will be the Montreal Canadiens, who are still looking for their first win, going up against the Edmonton Oilers, 7 o'clock broadcast time on the NHL Network. TVA Sports in French Canadian, City TV, Sportsnet East, Sportsnet West, and Sportsnet Pacific. Islanders and Rangers, that's a free game on the NHL, on NHL.com. They are also going to be carried on MSG and MSG Plus. There you go. Hurricanes and Red Wings, you can see that game also at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports Detroit Plus and Fox Sports Carolina. Maple Leafs and Senators, they'll be shown at 7 on ESPN Plus. That's the CBC first part of the double dip, as always. Sportsnet Ontario and the French Canadian Sports Network TVA Sports 2. Blue Jackets, the Columbus Blue Jackets take on Nashville Predators, ESPN Plus, 8 o'clock, by the way, ESPN Plus, Fox Sports Tennessee, and Fox Sports Ohio. Minnesota Wild and LA Kings, Fox Sports West, Fox Sports North, Fox Sports Wisconsin, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Anaheim Ducks and the Golden Knights meeting at 10 p.m. Eastern on AT&T Sportsnet Rocky Mountain, Prime Ticket, and Fox Sports San Diego. And the Vancouver Canucks Calgary Flames will be the second half of the Hockey Night in Canada double dip. That'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern on the NHL Network, CBC Sportsnet, and TVA Sports 2. And those are your Saturday afternoon and evening looky-loos of the NHL. That's right. We got 12:03. Time for us to take a brief little pause for the rambunctious cause that we do here on this program and tell you what's coming up tonight on Lost Blaming the Interwebs with Nick Rekieta tonight at midnight Eastern Time. And oh, you're going to love this. I know I am, but tonight is Rekieta on. He better be, because he's 4 minutes into a show. Anyway. Tonight, Eric Huntley will join to talk about where we go next. The election has been full of tumult, and the world looks a little bit askew. So join the humble Minnesota attorney, Nick Rekieta, Eric Huntley, and if it's Friday, it's got to be Drexel. He'll be there as well, hopefully. So tune in, turn on, and enjoy Nick Rekieta and company. Pour yourself a little whiskey and enjoy Lost Blaming the Interwebs tonight, midnight Eastern, only on the Rekieta Law channel here on YouTube. And with that said and done, let's go back to the sports finals, shall we? We should. Okay, and while we bring you the sports, so let's finish up on some updates if we can. And we do right now. 4:08 remaining in regulation. The Clippers lead the Sacramento Kings 124-92. And the LA Lakers are pulling away early in the fourth over the New Orleans Pelicans 84-77. All right. The hot stove league continues under Major League Baseball. And wow. Yankees building their own little dynasty. Veteran right-hander Let's get the teleprompter, boys. Veteran right-hander and two-time Cy Young winner Corey Kluber recently threw for teams, and the Yankees decided they've seen enough. They just signed Kluber to a one-year, $11 million, one-year pillow contract that gives him a chance to prove he can stay healthy and come close to his former performance level. Yankees definitely need a rotation help behind Ace Garrett Cole, Masahiro Tanaka, James Paxton, and J.A. Happ are all free agents, and there's, of course, no guarantee that any will return for next season. As well, the Yankees are prioritizing staying under or within range of the luxury tax threshold, and Kluber's salary will help to that end. Kluber, who will be 35 in April, barely pitched at all in his one season with the Rangers because of shoulder problems. Prior season, a broken forearm limited Kluber to just 35 2/3, largely ineffective innings with Cleveland. All that said, Kluber isn't far removed from pitching at an ace level, and as recently as 18, he was among the best starting pitchers in baseball. The Philadelphia Phillies have made a new offer to top free agent catcher JT Realmuto. According to Jason Stark of The Athletic, the offer is for 5 years and slightly above the $100 million mark. The offer is believed to be around the same offer from where the Phillies were last March. Stark adds, those negotiations between the two sides were brought to an abrupt halt due to the league's transactions freeze because of the coronavirus pandemic. To Major League Baseball Network's John Heyman, there is some optimism to the possibility of the Phillies actually closing the deal and retaining their starting catcher. Stark also echoed the same sentiment, citing the Phillies as beginning to position themselves as the favorite to sign Realmuto, who turns 30 in March. We'll just see what happens. Stay tuned, as they say. Stay tuned. There might be something into this, okay? Okay, before our time runs out, hello to my friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Minds, Gab, and of course, TikTok. Okay, time now, believe it or not, for the playoff version of our injury report. Right, let's go to the NFL injury report, find out how things are going. Rams at the Packers. Packers defensive lineman Kingsley KK concussion is doubtful. For the Rams, quarterback John Wolford, neck, he's out. Offensive lineman David Edwards, ankle. Wide receiver Cooper Kupp, knee, questionable. We keep going. For the Ravens and Bills, the Bills defensive end Darryl Johnson with a knee problem, he's questionable. Meanwhile, the Ravens cornerback Marcus Peters, back, and guard DJ Fluker, knee, are also questionable at this time. Browns versus the Chiefs, and wow, hit that mash theme. For the Browns, offensive tackle Jack Conklin, knee, hamstring. Linebacker B.J. Goodson, shoulder. Tight end David Njoku, hamstring. Tight end Stephen Carlson, groin, questionable. For the Chiefs, wide receiver Sammy Watkins, calf. Linebacker Willie Gay, ankle, are out. Cornerback Todd Fenton, foot and ankle. Running back Clyde Edwards, Hilaire, ankle and hip. Tight end Deion Yedler, Green, their groin, are questionable. Buccaneers and Saints. Saints have cornerback Patrick Robertson with a hamstring out. Quarterback Taysom Hill, knee. Running back Latavius Murray, quadricep, question. Meanwhile, on the other side of the furrow, Buccaneers guard Alec Kappa, ankle. Defensive lineman Jeremy Ledbetter, calf, are out. Safety Andrew Adams, not injury related. Running back Ronald Jones, finger, calf. Safety Jordan Whitehead, knee, questionable. And there you go, guys and gals. That is all the excitement from the National Football League. And that is truly not bad. And by the way, the NBA had a little problem, but that problem seems to be eradicated. We shall explain right now. Carl Anthony Towns tested positive for COVID, so the Timberwolves had their game, I do believe, postponed. That's right. They have had their game postponed Friday night, and I think they still played tonight. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Grizzlies and the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves game was postponed. Yes, indeed. So there you go. There is that bit of news that we have just reported. So what else is coming up? Well, we are international in scope, so let us for a boat. Let's do some soccer, and then we will bow majestically. All right, let's go to the Premier League and the action therein. Well, actually, we're going to go to the Scottish Championship. Greenock Morton and Dunfermline ended in a 0-0 tie. No action at the Simaru Premier or Irish Premiership. Their games were postponed. For the Simaru Premier, Haverfordwest County and Cardiff MU, their match was postponed. Irish Premiership, Linfield and Coleraine were also postponed. In Das Bundesliga, it was FC Union Berlin and Bayer Leverkusen, Union Berlin, a winner, 1-0. In Italian Series A, Lazio 3, Roma 0. French League 1, Montpellier lost to Monaco 3-2. Belgian soccer action had KAS Eupen, a 2-0 winner over RSC Anderlecht. And in Portugal, the Primeira Liga, Sporting Lisbon and Rio Ave tied at 1. So too Porto and Benfica were also tied at 1. Turkish Super League action. Faith Karagümrük defeated Gencler Bergeliga by a score of 3-1. And there you go on that side of delight. And now, get ready, because here we come, the scoreboard. Courtesy of scoreboard.com, and of course, Scoreboard, sponsored in part by William Hill, the first name in sports books and sports betting. Please bet responsibly. Coming soon to Michigan. Okay, we're getting you some more scores, and then we're going to say goodnight to you all and get you ready for the weekend where there will be some sports for you. Okay, let's go to it. In European basketball, in EuroLeague, Barcelona over CSKA Moscow, 88-75. Fenerbahce over Panathinaikos, 174. Zenit Petersburg over Zalgiris Kaunas, 77-65. In overtime, it was Real Madrid, 81-76 over Bayern. Lyon Villeurbanne, a 69. Ring that bell if we ever found it. Oh, there it is. Ring the bell, because as you know, when it comes to 69, it's a workable number. Lyon Villeurbanne over Olympiacos, 69-63. Valencia over CZM, 91-71. And in hockey in the Czech Republic, the Extraliga, Olomouc over Cesc Bujovic, 3-2. Triniac over Mountfield HK, 3-1. Karlovy Vary over Ziln, 5-1. Sparta Prague over Litvinov, 5-3. Viklice over Plzeň, 4-3. Kometka Brno over Liberec, 3-2. Pardubice over Malada Boslav 2-1. In Finland, Kuku over Vasen Sport 4-3. And TPS Turku over Jukrit 5-1. That, in a nutshell, means that we're done. That's right, we are done, and that has been 40 minutes of sheer fun. I want to thank you all very much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow at 11:35, as always, or following the late basketball game. I think we do have a late basketball game tomorrow that will get our attention. But we'll be on following, I think, either college or pro basketball, the doubleheader. So it'll probably be on 11:35, 11:45. We'll find out. But thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. You all have a great weekend, and join us again tomorrow night, same time, same place, for our sports final. Until then, for our whole crew, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions for the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports and YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow night. Till then, make it a good one, and blessings. Good night, everybody.